So I didn't run tons of numbers on this. I did notice a few strange things, but I'm gonna leave those numbers to people who kind of organize their videos a little better than I do. But I'm a little bit better at noticing some of these other things. So I was actually here yesterday looking at the Hopi Reservation and the Chelly Canyon over here, and studying the Hopi. Maybe you know about the Hopi. According to their religion, which I'm not an expert in, but in summary, they are the people. They have been taken underground and preserved for every destructive sun cycle. So they are the faithful people of God, they say. And so I had to search all around to find their reservation, and they share with the Navajo. So I came here, I could find almost no scars upon the land. Just there's a little place where the car can turn around right here. So then I thought, maybe I don't have the right place. Well, this is, okay, so this, I do think that I will eventually, what I want to talk about having to do with Flagstaff is, first of all, I was over here in, where is it? Yeah, Flagstaff, and noticed hold on, let me move this so you can see, noticed the heading, or the meridian here. I noticed this is a 111, and then going the other way, it's a 35, so that's the I. So it's a 35, let's see, yeah, this way is a, more or less, I'm not, oh, yeah, let's put north up, that'll help. Okay. So yeah, this way is 3511. 35 is the UN number, and that's the I. And then this way is 11138. Now 38 is interesting because it has to do with the date. Now I think this is something that I'll probably catch that other people won't, so I'm going to leave some of the other things to the other really super great decoders that are out there, but let me show you what this has to do with it. So this happened at 1 in the morning, and probably, let me find it. I think it was a specific time, 1:09 probably. Am I guessing? Let me. I won't guess. Let me go find. All right. Well, it's okay. Yeah. So I forgot why I was here. I listened to their video, and now I have green screen. Well, so it's 1:20 a.m. and happened on a Friday. My feeling is that this is probably a real story, and the reason why is because the shooter didn't kill himself, and it happened in the middle of the night, and there was, a fight. Like those are sort of normal things that humans get into. So it's very sad for everybody. Even I do also feel sad for the parents of the shooter and the shooter. Some children don't realize the consequences that they're getting into. So I don't know. It's hard to say if this is a real thing or not. His name doesn't match the date, and his name doesn't, for me, pop out as being a CIA agent name. So I'll just let other people do that. I want to talk about something else. Just that the date on which this happened, it's the 282nd day with 83 days remaining. Now if I go to the 83rd day, just that the days remaining and the antidate have the coordinate in them. Also, this antidate is kind of special because it's the last day of the Julian calendar, and the Julian calendar is basically what our government operates on. So this could be a coincidence. I'm going to leave it for other people. I'll wait, for other people to figure out what they think about this. Sometimes you can see a certain thing will pop up in the history if you're interested in researching this kind of thing. Another thing I noticed is that Delta Chi, I think that's how you say it, C-H-I. I can't write on this page here. Wait, maybe I have something to write on. Hold on. Okay, well, this is another thing that I just, it's kind of weird that I was in this area looking at Hopi things, and then I was also studying chimera and gargoyles, and came across this is a Flagstaff chapel. I'm going to show you where it is in a second. and it has these really pretty spooky gargoyles. This is the Nativity of the Virgin. Well, anyway, this is what we're going to write on right now. It's on a layer, so don't be sad. I'm not ruining my picture. All right, well, Delta Chi, I don't think this is the hugest thing. I just want to show this to you. So this happened on the antidate, which is 324 of 109, right? And that happens to be the last day of the year of the 365-day Julian calendar. Well, this in the Menorah Gematria, which I wish I could pop it right up here for you, but anyway, it's 3. This is a 6, and this is a 5. Now, this is very so. Just it's interesting that it has to do with this on this day. That's kind of interesting to me. As just an educational aside, Phi is also 365. So it does show you how central, these numbers are, and this idea of the energy. Now this means the change, right? I did look up some of these Greek letters just because it's interesting. Not so much I want to track this thing down, but I need to know more about letters. So then it helps me if I just kind of take one letter at a time and sort of start to know. Well, anyway, so this means the change. There's a lot of different ways to write it. I think you can write it this way too. When I used to take math and science in college, the change of this over the change of that was very important, especially with equations. And then this would be energy, right? The change in the energy. And then since this in the Menorah Gematria has to do with 365, of course they are talking about the full circle and the pi. So you could almost wonder if this would have something to do with a New Year's type of completion. So, all right, well, anyway, let me show you where this church is. Hold on. I tried to find out where that this fraternity was, or the exact location, and maybe it's obvious, but I couldn't find it. So this is where this is where Wikipedia sticks this marker. And as you can see, look at the coordinates down in the lower right-hand corner. I can't show them to you because it'll change if I move my cursor. It's a 3909. So on the far right, you have an 11 on the west coordinate. You have an 11, and then you have a 12 with a 9 in the middle, and then another 12. So it's almost like a 12 gateway. See the 39 and the 93? And we've talked about 39s and 93s having to do with Hoover Dam, which is also nearby here. So I'm going to take some measurements, and I'll show you what I find. Let's see here. On the left, in the north, we have the I symbol next to the 11. Hold on. All right, I nailed down exactly where it is. This is Mountain View Hall, right here. I don't know where exactly it happened, but this whole thing is in the 38. See on the right, it's 11, 11, 111, 38. See, the whole thing is in there. So it's interesting that this happened on this day, which is an antidate. Hold on. Yeah, you remember this, right? So it happened on October 9th, the antidate, which is today. The antidate is May 24th, and that is the 83rd day. So the October 29th is 83 days remaining, and that this has that number in the coordinates. Now, not only that, but this number 38 and 83, either way, because they use these as mirrors, but 38 has the gematria of death in it. So I don't know. It's always interesting to me when the numbers of the coordinates matter, and I find that nothing is left out. It's always perfect. The Mountain View Drive, since this is a Delta Chi, since this is a fraternity, they might be paying attention to the symbolism. So it's interesting again that this main road has the same heading as the bottom of the cross to the top of the cross in Washington, D.C., where Isis is sitting there on Horus. That's 269-degree heading, and that's I call that a Baphomet heading now. Not really to vilify all of this, it's just that 269 is a B and an F and an I, or an FBI. I guess I should call it a BIF, huh? Not a BAF. Yeah, that's what I should do. Oh yeah, the BAF is the B16. So this is the BIF heading, but it's or the FBI heading. So you know, it's possible that lots of cities have this. Okay, so I do have some more 3/8 and 8/3 here to tell you about that have to do with the date on which this happened. So if we take the distance, which is not very far away from this this place where the shooting most likely took place, I just took, what I did is I geometrically just took it from the entrance, because this building has 11 buildings in it, and then there's a circle right here. This is where you come in, so that's where I chose to take the measurement from, and then we come over here to just, the reason why I was here is because they have these chimeras all over here, and I thought that was just very Notre Dame-like. I have a picture. Oh, well, I showed you the picture. Okay, so it is at 3.8 degrees and it's 0.83 miles. And this day, the 83rd day, would be the end of the Julian calendar. Now, I wish I knew what the tradition was on the end of the Julian calendar. I wonder if it has to do with a delta or a chi. So in this area, not too far away, well, it's actually in Phoenix, is the Grand Lodge of Arizona. And I can't remember, I just was thinking, you know, fraternity, possible Freemason connection. So I looked this up. This is their website. This is their most worshipful Michael Ashley. And I found their address. So here it is, and I was just kind of curious to see, oh, I bet you they chose a really interesting coordinate because of who they are. So they do have, if you can look in the lower right hand corner, I'll read it to you though. It's a 33 959 north. 33 degrees, 33 I don't know, feet, and then 9.59 inches north. And then the other way is 112 degrees, so they're not on the 111, but it's 7 feet 8 inches, 78. Well, to draw a line here from that Grand Masonic Temple to this university, it does go in a 13 degree heading, and probably we should keep an eye on things like this. Also, this 116, there are a lot of words. 116 has been showing up a lot lately, and I can't remember the specifics, but for one thing, it's a 911 upside down. But I think specifically it has a lot to do with recent coding, the 116 by itself. So sorry, I can't hold all that in my head. But so this looks like a 116. I could move this around here if it'll let me pick it back up. Where'd it go? I'll pause it. All right, well, I lost the thing, so I'm going to come back here to pick it up again. All right, so if I set that down, the distance from the Grand Masonic Lodge over here to the entrance, I don't know exactly where the shooting was. I'm just using this as my pointer. We do have another 3/8 and 11 ratio, and that is also in the coordinates, right? Down here we have a 11138, so over here in the heading, there's a 13.18 degree heading. Then also we have the 116 here, or you could, 115 is also a Freemason number, and you could either take the 93 or the 96, whichever you want. But I think it's really supposed to be a 116. All right, well, before we leave, I did go ahead and measure the distance between the shooting and the Hoover Dam. It does look like it might be another 38 or 83. So this 83 would be in reference to March 24th, which would be the end of the Julian calendar, and the antidate of today, which is 109, or October 9th. It's hard to tell from here if this is really as it looks to be kind of a right angle, and we know how they love their right angles. So, you know, I don't know. I just felt like drawing that, and then it just may be a coincidence that it turns out to be like this. We have the 90 Highway 93 coming through here. There's a lot of 93s having to do with Hoover Dam, of course. There's a 9/11 symbolism up here. There is a 77 here nearby. I tell you, there's always a 77. Here's one of them. I think there's more here. They kind of disappeared when I went down there. It looks like there was a 77 in there. Well, anyway, I don't know if this is a right angle or not. I just wanted to show you the geometry in case this becomes another way to study these type of connections. All right, well, let me show you something that's a little bit more fun than that. I was over here yesterday looking at these pictures, and some of them are really, really nice to look at. Let me see if I can find this one. I came to this place. Here's some petroglyphs in the canyon. I came to this place looking for, you can barely see them, they might be too small, looking for this, there's a monument, a natural monument here to the spider mother that the Hopi worship. So I came over here to look at it, and I couldn't find it. But I found some other very beautiful things. So here are some ruins here in the canyon, and these reminded me that when I was a little girl, I think I did a project on this, and I built these little Hopi ruins in the canyons, and I had forgotten that until yesterday when I saw these again. Here's some more ruins. I think they're right in here. There's another picture. I think there might be a name for this, the White House, and then there's a petroglyph, looks like, right there on the wall. Quickly looking at this petroglyph, it looks very much like some of the Orion petroglyphs that I've seen. I haven't studied these people to know who might have visited them or who they might think their gods are. So here's another junction ruin. I just think these are beautiful. I'm so glad that there's the computer and the internet, and you know, it would be fun to travel here, but I'm so glad that we can travel here together, and it's free. We don't get to experience all of the heat and driving, but that might be good. All right, well, take care of yourself, you guys. Talk to you soon. Love you.